Hello, so for today's video this is going to be a tutorial using my 2020 favourites. So I like to sort of do these so you can really see me using the product and why I like the product, or why I love the product, hence why it's my 2020 favourites. So yeah, I done it last year and I just enjoyed it. So obviously I'm not going to be able to use anything, so I'll link in the eye my actual 2020 favourites where I talk about this. So I'm going to try to keep this to short as possible, so I'm not going to try and talk, so you won't hear me saying, oh, I love this because blah 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 blah. Like I said, it's literally all in the first video. So first of all, excuse my hair because it's in a low pony, because after this I might test out a hair tool, maybe, I don't know, it depends what mood I'm in. You're lucky I'm even here right now. So yeah, that's just a hot mess, and obviously I have self tanner on, so my face is pale as fuck. And yeah, so I'm going to do brows. I usually don't do brows on camera because it's boring and like I'm really not good at brows anyway. But you know, I thought I'd show you anyway. So first of all, I'm going to take the Revolution Soap Brow. It just looks like so. Literally take a bottle of water, spritz it in, and then take a spoolie. So this is just an Anastasia number 12 brush. You can use any brush, don't really matter. And just rub that on. And then just take it and literally brush it through the brows like I'm flicking it up. And then just take my finger and just sort of wipe away any of the soap that might sit in on the top of it, because where we've brushed it through, and underneath as well. You can obviously just take a cotton bud, but it's literally just some soap, like it's not going to kill you. And then I take a NYX Brow Pencil, so this is in the shade Taupe, and I just draw this slightly under my brow. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can actually get a better look as well. So we're going slightly under with it. So we have something like that. So you can kind of see it slightly, but not a lot. Then I'm going to take the Glossier Brow Flick, and this is in brown, and it is a little bit too dark for me, but that's fine, I can make it work. I do need to go a shade lighter when this runs out, but I'd rather use all this up than buy blonde and then never use the brown. So yeah. So you've got to give it a good shake, and you can just go through and add flicks. So what I love, no, I said I'm not going to do that in here, but basically it just adds like natural hair. So you can see like these bits missing here, and it's almost like you can just join it back up. And then when I get to like this out a bit, rather than flicking it up like I did, I just kind of flick it out, because that's the way the brow sort of goes, and plus I like a straighter brow rather than a brow that sort of goes down. Just makes the eye appear more bigger and stuff, and yeah. And then I take the Glossier Boy Brow. This is also in brown, yet again too dark for me, but I can actually, I probably will stick with brown. I like brown because I literally just use this for the front to give like my brows a bit more definition at the front, rather than using something like a brow flick. Obviously you could if you wanted to. I just like this. So I think we're even with the brows. So I'm going to take a bit of brow highlight now. So this is the Jordana Ticia, and this is the Face and Sparkle, and this is in the shade Glass Zipper. So I'm just going to take a bit of the cream product for now, and then I'll use both on the face later. So I'm going to take that on a Spectrum A13 and just put a little bit of this under the brow. Okay, so I'm going to do my eye makeup. So this is inspired by Brooke by Elle, or Brooke by Ellie, I'm not too sure, but this is what it looks like. You can see, I'll put a picture up as well if it's like a bit off, but I just think this is so gorgeous, and the palette I've got, I feel like I can really pull this look off, apart from I haven't got like none of the butterflies and stuff, but I've got this super gorgeous like glitter, which I think would look really pretty. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and attempt to do, like my best, like, whew. So I'm going to take the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and just put this on the lids. So making sure that goes all over. If you're going to do the wing, I always use tape. Personally, I love tape. I think it's great, but I'm not going to do a wing today. Just like the white eyeliner situation that she's got going on in the crease, I think we'll do that as well. Should we use white or maybe use a different colour? I'm not too sure yet, but anyway, yeah. Just like blabbing. So I'm going to take the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette. First of all, smells like strawberries, it's so good. And I'm going to take Sunrise first, which is this shade, and I'm going to take that on a Spectrum A17. And I'm going to draw this at the front first of all, so keeping it mainly in the socket. And we're not going to draw that all the way in either. We're going to sort of keep it to about here, I'd say, is good enough. Taking a clean, oh, it is clean, it's just the green and stuff, it makes it grubby. This is a Sigma E36, and I'm just going to buff this. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Skyline and Cloudy, which are these two shades here, on that Sigma brush. Just mix them in together. And just like buff this on the top. So we are going quite high up to the brow. Thing is, if I'm copying it, it's not inspired by, well, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's still a lot of the same colour theory, I guess. So it's not inspired by, is it? Because when you're inspired by it, it's a change of it. So I'm copying this look, is that what you say? And then I'm going to take my crown brush. This is my C429. I'm just going to buff that further out. So I'm just going to clean my brush. So this is a colour switch. You can just clean it and it gets like any of the powder off. It's basically a sponge. But if you don't want to buy this brand, because I think this brand's pretty expensive for what it is, but it's so good. But if you wanted a cheaper, well, not to say cheaper, that's an awful word, but more affordable, Primark sell them. Obviously, we can't get to Primark right now, but also W7 Makeup have them. So if you wanted to buy online and get it, you can go that way, or you could just obviously wait for Primark to open. So now we're going to take, I think we're going to take Sunset on the palette, which is, actually no, let's go this one. I can't remember what this is. Strawberry Moon. I'm going to take this one. It's right dark purple. Let's mix a bit of Sunset in with it as well. Why not? So I'm mixing those two in, and we're just going to almost like join this up. Still keeping it in that socket. Making sure I just clean that Sigma brush in the colour switch. Just buffing that through. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Sunrise and Sunset, so that first shade we took, and just buff that through the top. And taking that crown brush again and just buffing that further. So I'm going to take Blue Sky now, which is this one at the bottom, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So making sure the brush is clean, and then just go ahead and do that. I do recommend doing eyes before face, because you do get a bit of fallout. I don't know if you can see it on my cheek there, like that tiny bit of blue, because obviously they are, well, they are pigmented. You can see that they're pigmented. And taking that Sigma brush and just buffing out the blue. Then taking a bit of Blue Sky again on that same brush and just really buffing that through. And then just sort of bring it in as well. And taking that crown brush and just buffing that through. I feel like I look freaking mad right now, but you've got to trust the process. So I'm going to cut the crease. So I'm going to take that on a Peaches and Cream PC51 brush. Place the product down. Look up. Sometimes you've got to see the line sits. This is where we're going to cut our crease to. So I'm going to take it to this outer corner because it looks like that's what she's done and still kept majority of that blue there. So you just take the brush, just pat along. And then while that's still wet, we're just going to pat this out because we don't want to get any more transfer, and it just smooths it out as well. Then on a Peaches and Cream PC41 brush, I'm going to take Sweet Dreams first of all, which is this shade right here. These are super soft, by the way, so be careful because I don't know if you can see in the palette, but I literally broke the gold one just dipping it in. But it's so beautiful. So I'm just going to take that about halfway, and then we're going to go into another shade. Just cleaning the brush in the colour switch. And then we're going to go over and take Ruby Skies, which is this one right here. Taking it on the same brush obviously, and just going in and filling the rest of this in. Then with this brush I'm holding right now, I'm actually just going to like blend these shades in. Using this brush, just like dragging the two over. Then with the Sigma brush, I'm just going to sort of blend this through. Okay, so for eyeliners, I was going to go in with baby pink, but I think I'll just stick with white. So this is from Glisten Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Milk. And I'm going to take Glisten Cosmetics brush, and this is in the shade number 3. In the number 3, sorry. And I'm just going to draw like a thin line like she did across the top. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're happy with how it looks. Oh, by the way, I did clean up this, and we're going to join this back through and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to take the NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm going to take that on a Spectrum, oh, I don't know, it's wearing off. I think it's an A12. So I'm just going to like dab that in and just dab it along here. And then the glitter I'm going to use is from Kyma Cosmetics. So this is in Glamour. Like I said, I don't really have like butterfly situations. I don't even think I have stars anywhere. So yeah, I'm going to take that on the same brush just because it's like a bit fluffier. We can sort of not pack it on and it'd be like a little bit of something. I know what I mean. Okay, so I'm not too sure about the glitter. I feel like if you had a chunkier glitter, which I know I do like, but this company makes gorgeous like pigments and stuff. That's why I wanted to use it. And obviously it's one of my 2020 favourites as well. But I'm going to do the other eye. I just sort of pat it everywhere and just hope for the best. Hopefully when we get the rest of our face on and everything else, it'll look much better. But for lashes, obviously I'm going to finish the other eye and apply lashes off camera. So this is the Unicorn Lashes in the style Cherry Top. And yeah, I'm gonna do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so obviously I look a bit different because what I've done is, I feel like if you're going for winged eyeliner, you can do the more blown out look because the winged eyeliner like adds to it and it just defines it. But when you don't, I feel like it just looks odd. And for my eye shape, I like a rounded eye. I've only just established that this year. Like I feel like it's just so much better. Like it just cuts it off, but it still looks like blown and it still looks pretty. Yeah, so I've just literally just wiped it away and buffed the blue in. It's that simple, like anyone could do that. So yeah, I'm gonna obviously do face now. Oh, the lashes are on as well. So I'm gonna take the Nip of Fab Rose Gold Essence and I'm gonna take that on an e.l.f. stippling brush and just dot this in and then just buff this into the skin. So for foundation today, I'm going to mix two because obviously I've got self tanner on. I don't know what's going on with my jumper, by the way, it keeps up bunching up. These are the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundations. So I have LG Free and TG Free. So LG Free is obviously my pale shade and TG Free would be my tan shade, but it's just a bit too deep. Obviously you can see, I hope. So I do mix them just so I can get the right balance, but obviously just pick up the right shades. It's just, I'm like, yeah, this looks about right, and I realised I'm actually just really not that tanned even with self tanner. So I'm just going to take it on a palette. So I took a pump of the light shade, which was LG Free, and then about half of the pump for TG Free. And I'm just going to take that on a Crayon brush. This is a liquid foundation brush. And just dot this in. Feel like this good shade match. Feel like it's an okay shade. It's not exact, but I have used a different self tanner because my other one's running out. So I was like, I'll just put this one on for now because I'm not going anywhere. I just wanted to self tan. I'm just gonna blend that all in with a beauty blender. I just like doing this just so I make sure I get any excess product off because this is a full coverage foundation. And then for concealer today, I'm going to take the Revlon Candid concealer, and this is in 010 Vanilla. And I'm just going to take that under the eyes. Like take this like down to like here and just sort of bring it out a little bit. And then go near this. Whoop. Then I take a little bit of his eye and go across my chin like so. And I go over the forehead. And like join this in and take it down the nose. Then for contour, I'm going to take the RCMA contour palette in light, and I'm going to mix, hair on me, I'm going to mix these two. So I'm just going to take the lighter one first, and I'm going to take that on a Spectrum A13 and just draw that around the forehead. So for the forehead, I do like to go quite rounded. Then just going to take the darker shade and just sort of put a little bit along, because it looks dark, but trust me, like, it doesn't come off dark. Then just buffing that out with the Crown Brush C436. Just blend out my upper lip concealer as well. Just like blends all into one then. Then to blend out my highlight, I'm going to take the Hourglass Seamless Concealer brush. Just blend that through. Then to set the under eyes, I'm going to take the Laura Mercier, I'm pretty sure it's the Secret Brightening Powder for under eyes, yes. And I'm just going to take that on a Crown Brush C530 and just put a little bit of that on the under eyes. And I'm going to add a little bit more powder contour because, well, I can. So this is the KVD Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to mix these four here. And I'm taking it on a Real Techniques contour brush, sorry. And I'm just going to dust that around the forehead and the cheeks. Then for bronzer, I'm going to take the Maybelline City Bronzer, and this is in the shade Medium. I'm just going to take that on a Spectrum C07. And for highlight, going back into the Jordana Ticia highlight. So I'm going to take the cream side first. If you're worried about all the powders you have, don't be too worried, because this doesn't bunch up. It's really, really nice cream. So I'm just going to take that on my finger and just pat that on the tops of the cheek. Then on a Crown Brush C528, I'm just going to take a bit down my nose and a bit on my upper lip. Then twisting it off and taking the powder, I'm going to take that on a Crown Brush C529 on the tops of the cheek and the cutis. So I'm going to leave my nose because I like my nose to look natural. Okay, so for blush today, I'm going to take the, I always say Moon Prisms blush, but I think it's Moon Prims blush. Anyway, this is from Lunar Beauty, super gorgeous palette. It's what you have. So I'm going to take Stargaze and Pink Moon, which are these two, and I'm going to mix that, obviously, on a Spectrum A05, flush up the cheek. Then to add a little bit more powder, just to set the entire face, I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and this is in shade 1. I'm just going to take it on that same crown brush. Just dust this over. To finish the eyes, I'm literally just going to take that Blue Sky one, and I'm going to join this from here back through. Just going to buff that out with the crown brush. I feel like because we don't have any stars, I'm actually just going to dip into the white liner situation and just do like a few little dots everywhere, just to give us something extra, I guess. So I'm literally just going to do that. So I'm taking the same little brush, and I do need a closer mirror for this. I feel like that's a bit better with that glitter with it. I just feel like the glitter on its own it's just looks like I put brow highlight on, but I do love that glitter. It's such a beautiful glitter. I need to buy more from that company. They do amazing products. I need mascara. This isn't actually a favourite. I don't have a favourite mascara for 2020. So yeah, this is the one I've been using the most, but this is the KVD Go Big or Go Home. So I'm literally just going to put that on my bottom lashes, but you can see none, it's going to stick to my head. Then for setting sprays, I'm going to take the Revolution Hyaluronic Hydrating Essence Spray and just spritz it over. Then take some Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So for lips today, I'm going to first of all take the Patrick Tar. This is the Precision Lip Crayon in She's Humble, and I'm literally just going to line my lips. Then for lipsticks, I'm going to take the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Sao Paulo. I had that under. My lips are so dry. Then for lip glosses, I'm going to take the Revolution Friends Lip Gloss in Rachel. Just a clear gloss, but this is so good. And I'm literally going to put this on top. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the finished look, and I love how it turned out in the end. I just feel like little butterflies or little stars would be so adorable. That's something I need to pick up. I need to find like an indie brand that do it, because they always do the best with stuff like that. So yeah, I do love how this turned out. I think the little white dots are like cute, like, you know, something a little extra added. Obviously don't forget to check out my fall 2020 favourites, because I have some other goodies in there that are worth checking out. In future videos I've got like a haul coming, like a clothing haul, shoes, makeup, like I'll put it all into one video. I think people still watch hauls, don't they? Like I love a clothing haul, but makeup hauls are a bit hit or miss, I feel like, nowadays anyway. I mean, I enjoy watching them. I enjoy watching anything to do with makeup, to be honest. What else have I got coming? A hair tutorial thing, like using a hair tool. Well, it's not really a tutorial, I'll be like testing it out. Hopefully that should be coming as well. What else? I'll be doing like a drugstore full glam as well. I wanted to do that for ages. Like, I mean, like loads of contour and like this, but all drugstore, you know. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I was watching back my 2019 favourites, and I was like, I hope like 2020 is a good year, like I hope it's like really good. And it's just like, I don't think I'll say that, like that's just a jinx. Like I hope 2021 is a year. So I hope you enjoyed the video.